Good morning, children. I think you enjoyed your holidays. Holidays over, enjoyment over. Now it's time to continue the studies. So, here is your social studies teacher, Mrs. Sumati, with a new chapter, that is chapter 9, Production in a Factory, a Paper Mill, with part 1. Okay, are you interested? Ready? Very good. Now I'm continuing. Topics to be covered in this chapter are raw materials, paper mills and disappearance of the bamboo, process of paper making, work in batches, working hours and shifts, selling the paper, working in paper mill, who owns the paper mill, and pollution. These we are going to study now. Now first we are studying raw materials. What are the raw materials required to prepare the paper? Before going to learn that, actually, how many paper factories are there in our Andhra Pradesh? There are two paper mills are there. One is in the Rajahmundry, it is in East Godavari district, and another one is in Kurnool. Actually, along with the Telangana, 4. Now we have 2. What are the raw materials required? Actually, what is raw material? Materials required to produce a commodity are called raw materials. Understood, Nana? Whatever the materials we require that to produce a commodity or a good, it is called raw materials. Factories require the large and continuous supply of the raw material. Without that raw material, they cannot produce. So, the factories require continuation supply of the raw material, at the same time more quantity of the raw material. So, you can find that dozens of lorries, mostly every day you can observe that many lorries which are supplying the raw materials to the paper factories. Not only the paper mill, any other industry or other mill also, as per the raw material, they have to provide more and continuous supply of the raw material. Paper mills generally use wood from bamboo. Actually, do you know that paper is made out of wood? In that also, softwood is compulsory. So, the bamboo, eucalyptus, subabul trees, these are mostly required. But nowadays, subabul we are using more. Besides, with the wood, along with the wood, we use number of chemicals, that is common salt, caustic soda, and so on, are also used in different stages of paper making. Means not only the starting but stages of there, in between the process they require salt and caustic soda. And even sometimes the scrap paper is also recycled in a paper mill. That means already which we utilized it, again we can't use now, that is going for recycling. I think you know that last year many of the somebody came and they collected your already used papers and all, and again they provided for you pens or color pencils, colors, crayons or something they provided. No, you remembered, I think so. So that scrap paper they'll use for recycling. Factories use heavy machinery which are run by electricity. Even along with the scrap paper, salt, soda and wood, we need electricity also. Continuation provision of the electricity means continue the machine should run. So paper mill needs electricity to operate the machines. See, this is the bamboo. Already you know that we have in a Central Park bamboo trees are there. Whenever you go, you can see that. This is the subabul tree. Of course, these are seeds actually. Nowadays, this subabul tree we are utilizing more. The paper mill requires nearly 25 megawatts every year. Means as per the size of the paper mill depends upon which paper mill the teachers visited. That paper mill needs that 25 megawatts every year. But more than half of the electricity, that means 25 megawatts now, that paper mill itself is producing more than half of the electricity whatever it is required for their factory. So it means that through the factory they have produced own power generators. Besides the electricity, the mill requires a large quantity of clean water throughout the year. Paper mills and disappearance of the bamboo. All the raw materials for paper are available in the forests. It is not very easily procured. Suppose we are getting the raw material, mostly the bamboo, subabul, whatever it is, we are getting from the forests. It is not actually easily we can make it again. Suppose once we cut it, next again to generate it takes time. So paper mills are generally established near the forests. Of course, you know that where the raw material is available easily, nearby that only most of the industries are established. Same way paper mill also. And paper mills engage contractors to supply the bamboo and the other raw materials. Directly they can't, so they give the work to that one of the contractor. That contractor has to supply the bamboo or whatever it is necessary, salt, caustic soda, this all, he provides it to the paper mill. Few decades ago, that means decade means 10 years. So few decades ago, contractors employed that. Actually the paper mill employed the contractors. These contractors employed the tribal people. Who are the tribals? Those are living in the forests. So these people actually used to cut the bamboo from the forest and supply that to contractor. That contractor will supply that to factory. So due to excessive cutting in the past, there are no bamboos available in the forest near the paper mills now. Actually paper mills are established near the forests, but more and more they are cutting the bamboo trees. So automatically at present it's not at all available because they have utilized excessive, more bamboo they utilized. So very less it is available. Nowadays nearby the paper mills we cannot see that bamboos because maximum they cut it. Hence paper mills are looking for the alternative. Now bamboo is completed, now alternative they are utilizing. What is that? Subabul. Mostly these subabul trees are grown in the villages. Of course in the cities also, sides of the roads you can see the subabul trees. Okay. This led to the government to encourage when the bamboo disappeared, of course totally utilized, then what they have done? Subabul they are using. Now the government woke up. Actually it's encouraged the people to grow the subabul trees, that to utilize, means like agriculture they have to continue, that they have to provide to the paper mills. So nowadays paper mills bring wood from distant places. Nearby the wood they have completed. So they are getting now the subabul and those from the long distances they are getting this raw material. See, this is the transport, the bamboos they are taking to the paper mill. Process of paper making. Inside the factory compound, we see a lifter crane lifting subabul wood from a lorry and placing it on an iron platform. One of the factory, when some of the teachers they visited, they have seen that in the compound, means in the factory, they have seen that one of the lifter crane is there, that is lifting the subabul wood from the lorry and it is placing it in the iron platform. So then a conveyor belt took the wood. One of the belt is taking the wood to cutting machine. Their cutting is going on. So paper is actually made in 5 stages. This paper mill had separate sections for each stage, which uses different machines and raw materials. Actually, each paper mill have separate sections for each stage, and mostly as per the stage, different machines are there and different raw materials are used as per the stages. Now, we will see that 5 stages and what is the process of that those stages we will see. See, this is the crane and it is lifting the wood. That's the bubble. That to keep it, dump it or keep it in the iron platform. See, chipping. First step is, or first stage is chipping. Chipping means cutting into pieces. In this stage, large wood pieces are cut into small chips with the help of large machines. Actually, large wood pieces are cut into small pieces like chips with the large machines. There are about 15 to 20 workers are engaged in this section, that is the chipping work, and the chips are separated according to the size. Actually, size wise, some of those may be, actually machine is cutting, no, pieces may be different sizes. As per the size they separate it. Again the big pieces will be there, no? The big pieces are again cut into small chips. And one load of lorry wood is cut by the machines into chips in about 30 minutes. One lorry chips, of course one lorry of the wood to cut into chips, it takes 30 minutes of time. So work goes in this way throughout the day, continuation, one after another lorry, like that. Every 30 minutes each lorry makes to be vacated, of course completed. This is the chipping machine. Actually conveyor belt I said now, this is the belt, actually this is continue running and there one machine is there, it makes into cutting. Okay, conveyor belt means that is running. In Visakhapatnam we have one of the conveyor belt, that is from post office to directly in the port, 4.7 kilometers distance, of course length of the conveyor belt we have. Directly iron ore dumps in that ship. Same way here, wood is going to cut into pieces, the conveyor belt is arranged. Making of wood pulp. Second stage is to make the wood pulp. The small wood chips are sent to fiber line section. Small fiber woods are there, small pieces, those are sent into the another section. In this section, the wood chips are boiled. These chips are totally boiled with some chemicals in a large vessels. Some chemicals are utilized to make it large vessel, pulp, that means paste. So through this process the wood chips are turned into thin fibers, that means paste, like paste only, small fibers means small pieces. Through this process the wood chips are made into a pulp. It is called actually pulp. The liquid pulp is then whitened using chemicals. The liquid pulp is there now, that is mostly comes under black and brownish. So here this wood pulp, to make it whiten, some chemicals are added. Then it becomes creamy. When the chemicals are used, it became cream color. Of course, like a milk or ice cream. We found the liquid pulp in milky white color without any dust. Without a dust, when they mixed the chemicals, it became as a cream color. See, this is the paper after making, of course, last stage of the paper. Spreading the pulp. The liquid pulp is spread on thin screens over a cylinder. Actually, just I have shown no paper as per that on the cylinders. The thin pulp, actually they spread into thin screens like a cylindrical base. This is an important stage in the paper. Actually, how they arrange this pulp, as per that the thickness, the width, length and all depends upon about the paper. So the water drains out. When they spread it in the cylinders, slowly the water also drains. Then some part of the water is evaporates because they provide the heat. Slowly the pulp is dried. So once this is done, then the pulp is forwarded through the conveyor belt. One cylinder to another cylinder, one cylinder to another cylinder. Next, like that. Through the conveyor belt, they send this pulp. Slowly, it becomes a dry. At last, it becomes as a paper. Pressing, drying and rolling. The drying pulp is pressed by rollers. When it dries, then it pressed by the rollers to smoothing it. When the pulp dries up, completely. When the pulp is dried, we get a sheet of paper which is now rolled up. That rolling machine we have seen now, as per that we can cut in. At last the paper is cut into the cutting machine according to the size required. Whatever after that, from the cylinder they will take out, then they cut it into the requirement of that size. They cut it with the machine. Paper is made into rolls and sheets as well. Means suppose they want square sheets, square, otherwise rolls means rolls, whatever it is necessary, as per that they will utilize it. Means as per that whatever whoever the shopkeepers they need, as per the requirement they send. It is then packed and sent to the godowns. Then they will send these all to the godowns. So production takes place continuously in all the sections at the same time. So production continue all the sections at the same time. They also continue that whatever it is required as per that. Now we completed the stages of the paper. Now work in batches. The paper in the form of rolls and sheets is preserved in godowns. Whatever the paper is made in the form of rolls, sheets, it is preserved in the godowns. And actually each roll is labeled with a batch number, lot number, weight and etc. They will make it. After sealing, those rolls or sheets, they will label it. Of course, mostly we can see in that biscuit packets or whatever it is. There the batch number, lot number, weight also mentioned. When a lorry load of wood is brought into the factory, the entire wood is given a batch number. When the lorry load comes into a factory now, total wood of that lorry will be given one batch number. So this batch is then sent to the different sections one after the other. Means one number is given, one load of lorry wood is cut into chips, that is one batch. The next lorry when it comes to the chipping, that is another batch number. Like that different sections also, when it continues in the chipping, making pulp and spreading, whatever the process continues, the same batch number will be given for the till the ending of the preparation of the paper. Okay. So that batch number only will be labeled on that rolls or the sheets. Raw material of one batch would be processed together at each stage. For example, when batch number 201 is being cut into small pieces. Suppose 201 lorry came. That lorry load is cutting into small pieces. At the same time, the previous batch, means that before batch whatever the lorry load was continued, that is 200. This is 201 now, that before one. So the previous one 200 would be in the section for making pulp. Actually chipping is the first stage, making pulp is the second stage. Then that before, that previous number is 199 would be in the spreading section. Wood pulp is spread into to prepare the paper, to make it dry it and spreading and all. Okay, width, length, as per that only they'll check it. This is the third stage. So suppose 199 batch is going on in the spreading, then 200 batch is going on second stage making pulp, 201 is going to the cut into small pieces, that is the first stage. Then where is the 202? Till it is there in the lorry. Okay, 202, 203, 204 continuation lorries will be there, that they comes under that batches one after one. Suppose as soon as the 201 is cut into the pieces, then the next section or the next batch will be 202. Okay, come up for the cutting into pieces. Then all papers produced in one batch would have had the same inputs and processing, and so the quality will be the same. Suppose all the papers produce the same batch now, that means one load of lorry or the one load, one batch number is given. So same quality will be maintained to produce one lorry of that or one batch number. So the batch system allows a factory to produce continuation throughout the day. Batch wise, if they are producing, it provides a systematic production in the factory, that is throughout the year continuous. It also allows the managers to trace any mistake. Managers are appointed, those will take care about that. If any mistake is there, they have to take care while the production is going on, and they'll check it, what went wrong with the particular batch. If anything happens, why it's happened with that batch, they'll check it all. Okay. Now working hours and shifts. Actually, what are the timings to work? This paper mill runs all 24 hours a day. Of course, you know about our steel plant. They are also working totally day and night. So the workers work in 3 shifts, 8 hours per head. That means each person works for 8 hours. And they have A, B, C shifts. In each shift, about 800 to 900 workers are working at actually. A shift workers work from 6 am to 2 pm. B shift work for 2 pm to 10 pm. C shift works from 10 pm to 6 am. That is night shift. That means night 10 to early hours 6 o'clock till they continue the work. As per the shifts, the work continues. And night shift workers get a special allowance. Those who are working night shift, they'll get that special allowance. It may be double cost, otherwise double payment, or as per the rules and regulations. Workers change their shifts cyclically. Suppose A shift worked 1 week, next week the A shift will work for as a B shift, and suppose B shift will work for C shift, and those who worked for the night shift, again they'll get it as a shift. So workers of each shift have to move from A shift to B, B and then to C every week. There is also general shift for the administrative staff. Those who are working to run the paper factory or paper mill, they continue the shift wise. But along with this, administrative staff is there. We are there now. Of course, in our school, we are teaching section. In the office, they are working now. Those are administrative section. Like that, separate sections are there even in the paper mill also. So that staff will work from morning 9:30 to 5 pm. For them, no night shifts, nothing. Their timings are 9:30 to 5. So administrative staff look after the management accounts. Actually, they'll take care of the management accounts, trade, sales, how much they have to send it to the market, from where they have to get the raw material. These all they have to take care. And along with this, workers' welfare activities also. Those who are working in that running paper mill, for their welfare also, they'll work. This is the time for assignment, Nana, and these answers you have to write, and if you listen the lesson, you can do that. Of course, thank you. Bye bye. Do the work. Don't be lazy.